We had a very eventful first round of the playoffs. I think pretty much everyone we thought would move on pretty much did. But the second round has started off insane, where all three 60-win teams are down in their series, and all of the away teams have won the first game in the playoffs for the first time ever. Um, I don't even know what game we start with, but I mean, let's start with Thunder Nuggets. I picked against the Nuggets pretty confidently, even though they have the best player in the world, because I didn't like what they were showing on defense. Um, and I still I still stand by it. I don't think it's a convincing thing, but Denver, when you have the best player in the world, you always have a chance, no matter how good the best team in the league is, which is obviously the Thunder. But I mean, we know how the game ended. Westbrook kicked it to the wing for an Aaron Gordon three. He knocked that baby down. When he hit that, Denver was on a 19-6 run. Ultimately ended up winning the game 121 to 119. Um, Jokic had 42, 22, and 6. Gordon had 22 and 14. Gordon has been big time in these playoffs recently. Westbrook had 18. Murray had 21. Westbrook and Gordon had been doing their thing in these playoffs. OKC obviously losing. Shea had almost a 33-point triple double. Caruso had 20 with 7 stocks. J Dub did not have the greatest game, 5 for 20. Chet had 4 blocks. Lou Dort had 14. But I still stand by what I said with the defense. Just not a thing that I'm not very confident in. Um I mean, the Thunder really they only had 9 turnovers. Denver had 18. Denver won the rebounding battle by over 20 rebounds, but which surprises me, but I guess again, Jokic had a 22 rebound game. Aaron Gordon had 14. Christian Brown had 13. A lot of people were doing their rebounding thing. But when you have Hartenstein, Chet, you got to win the rebounding battle. That's one of the like if you lose the rebounding battle, that's a pretty good way. You have a good chance of losing that game. But I don't know. Shea has not looked like a top player in these playoffs so far. He hasn't been super efficient scoring like he normally is, which is what, separates him from the rest. But I think that time will come. They're down 1-0. They play tonight after the Celtics and Knicks, but they need to win. Um, they can't be like another series, which we'll talk about it later, but I don't know, man. The Nuggets, they always have a chance when you have Jokic, but I'm still ultimately picking the Thunder. Again, I like what I've seen out of Aaron Gordon, out of Westbrook. Westbrook back in OKC is a fun story too, but I still have the Thunder. But they do need to win game 2. And that goes for a lot of these series. Next, we'll talk about my Knicks or my Celtics versus the Knicks. Me and Worlds were talking about this on the Hoops All In. Obviously, he's a Knicks fan. Um, man, and we're gonna talk about this when we have our next episode too. But I love this team, the Celtics, of course. They're great. Tatum is a top 5 player, whether you like it or not. Jalen Brown's a top 15, 20 player, whether you like it or not. Payne Pritchard was the 6th man of the year. But Porzingis, man, we gotta get something out of Porzingis. Now, I'll give him a slight pass for the first game against the Knicks because it is said that he has an illness, but I mean, even in that Orlando series, he didn't do anything. He really didn't do anything. He's not been shooting efficiently at all. Um, I mean, his numbers in the playoffs 10 points, 5 rebounds. Not good. Not good for a former All Star who can still have All Star caliber like season. But I mean, Tatum's averaging nearly 30 and 12, 30, 12, and 5. Derek White 17, 6 and 4. Brown 23 and 7. Even Drew 12, 4 and 4. We're getting production from people, but the shooting, and I can't say too much because we went a whole season last year where we were the best team in the league and we won a championship with that shooting, with the same mindset that we have this year. But sometimes it gets to a point like Cat is an awful rim protector. Jalen Brunson, when you have Jalen Brunson switched on you, put your body into him, make him work, make him, you know, foul you or something, dude. I mean, the fact that in this first game, let's see. I mean, we know they went 15 for 60 from three as a team, the most threes missed in a playoff game, which that's gonna come with it. Come with it. You'll have the most threes made in a playoff game, and then maybe in a few games you'll have the most missed. It comes with it. I'm not too upset about being on that side of history, but I mean, this first game 108 to 105 in overtime. Um I mean, yeah, Jalen Brown 7 for 20, 1 for 10 from 3. 8 for 10 from the free throw line. Okay, I'll give him that. Um Tatum had 23 and 16 rebounds. He was 7 for 23 from the field, 4 for 15 from 3. 5 for 7 from the free throw line, 5 turnovers. Tatum's been pretty careless with the turnovers recently, I will say, which I'm a big fan of, but I mean, White 19, but 5 for 16 from 3, 6 for 18 from the field. There's a point where okay, Derek White, yes, I understand, but Brown and Tatum, man, there's no reason you guys should be 5 for 25 from 3. 5 for 25 from 3 is not good. Not good whatsoever. That's 20% between the two of you. You guys accounted for almost half of our threes, and you really didn't make them pay for it. We just need to see something switch up. I know Missoula lives and dies by the three and by the numbers, but it gets to a point where everyone like Tatum can get up 16 free throws in a game. Brown can get up 12 free throws in a game. And you can still shoot, but you got to mix it up. The fact that Tatum had like 4 threes in a row at the end of the game, not great. Again, the fact that we went to Jalen Brown cross court for the last shot of the game, which gave Mikal the easy steal, wasn't too sure about that one either. But whatever. But you go to the Knicks. I mean, Jalen Brunson proven why he is the clutch player of the year, all playoffs. He has been the best player in the playoffs across the league so far. I don't care what you say, even though 9 for 23 from the field, whatever. He's supposed to be shooting 5 for 9 from three. OG, man. OG, 29, 10 for 20, 6 for 11 from three. He had a great scoring game. Mikal Bridges did everything. I mean, 8, 6, 7, 3, and 2, and 51 minutes played. Didn't shoot great at all, but he got the game winning steal. Josh Hart, 14 and 11. Cat, foul trouble, 14 and 13. The Knicks just, and this wasn't really a good game by anybody, I will say. Like, the Celtics had us in the first, like, they had that first half. And then they just got too shot happy. And then Knicks came back crawling and crawling. They played good defense. Uh they forced 13 turnovers to the Knicks 12, so I guess it's not that big. We out rebounded them by 10, but I don't know. It wasn't great watching this game back, but I mean, we didn't even shoot efficient from the field in general. At least the Knicks shot almost 43%. We shot 35% from the field in general. So we just weren't doing our thing tonight. We need to win game 2. We cannot lose to we can't. We don't want this pressure on us in the second round. Hopefully this is just a fluke game. The Knicks, hopefully we win at least 2 or 3 straight. We go back to Madison Square Garden for game 3 and 4, and we handle those as well. But not a great start. Not a great start to this series. Golden State and Minnesota. Curry went down 13 minutes, 13 points. He hamstring. I still don't know the status on him for their next game, but it's not until tomorrow. It says he's doubtful, but again, we're over 24 hours away from that, so who knows? Anthony Edwards, right, he had 1 point going into halftime. He ended up with 23. He was pretty efficient in that second half, but man, you would have kind of liked to get some more of that some more scoring from him. I think Nas Reed had 19. I think Nas Reed needs to have another nuclear um playoff series because the Warriors are going to go small 90% of the time, which means Rudy Gobert probably won't be able to do too much damage. He had 9 and 11 today, but Nas Reed is really what is going to make Draymond work and really stretch this series out. Um I feel like did Draymond get a tech in this game? I think he did at some point. Maybe it's game 7 I'm remembering, but I feel like Draymond did something again, but we already know how I feel about Draymond, so I'm not doing that again. Buddy Hield 24, another good game for him, 2 in a row. Draymond started off great being in the first half. Didn't really hit a shot after that. 18, 8 and 6. Butler 20, 11 and 8. And the fact that they were able to close us out without Curry, even though in his small amount of time he still gave you 13 points, like I said. Another series, Minnesota needs to win game 2. Jonathan Kuminga played 13 minutes. I think that's about triple what he normally plays. He had 7 points, but I don't know, man. I think they're insane for playing like Kuminga over like Kevon Looney, Gary Payton sometimes. And I know what Gary Payton does, but sometimes when he's not going, you just can't. I know he's had a few big playoff games, but man, it just Steve Kerr's rotations, man, is why I trust him less and less as a head coach, and why I don't believe in the Warriors because again, he plays so many people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He played 12 people in a playoff game. Now, granted, some of these players have less than 10 minutes, but he still played them looking for production from guys. Why is Guy Santos playing? Why? I mean, I don't know. Pat Spencer, 11 minutes, man. And again, I know they lost Curry, so they wanted to get some more three-point shooting in there. But man, some of the Steve Kerr is just it blows my mind some of the things he does. But anyways, the last series, I'm still picking Minnesota. Minnesota, but they need to win game 2. But the last series, probably the most surprising of all. In game 1, the Cleveland Cavaliers lost 121 to 112 to the Pacers. Halliburton had 22-13, Nemhard 23, Pascal 17. They got a lot of production. Nesmith 17. And then on the other side, Donovan Mitchell 33, Evan Mobley 20, Ty Jerome 21. They got production from both teams, and the Cavs only had 7 turnovers, but the Pacers had 16. They just worked more. They got more from other people, but then we go to last night's game. We thought the Bucks sold in game 5 versus the Pacers. This is just as bad, if not worse. They were up 7 with 50 seconds left, didn't score, and Tyrese Halliburton gamed them. The same team that did it to the Bucks, by the way, but I don't know. And I will say, Aaron Nesmith was huge down the stretch of this game. He hustle player, man. That is why he gets minutes. I kind of wish that the Celtics kept on to him and developed him when he was here and didn't try to use him as a point guard. But he's been great. I mean, Nate Nemhard in game 2, 13, 13, and 7. Halliburton only had 19. He ended up, hurting his hand at some point in that game, but Turner 23, I thought he was great too. Matherin gave you a quiet 19 points in 20 minutes. Siakam, not a great game, but thankfully Miles Turner stepped up and did some of that for him. But the game winner, man, the fact that he was able to miss his free throw and still get his own rebound is unexcusable by the Cavs. But and I know, right? Garland was missing game 1 with the toe. Game 2, they didn't have Garland still because of the toe, Mobley because of the ankle, and DeAndre Hunter because of the thumb, maybe sprained thumb. Um, Injuries at this point, injuries are not really an excuse that is acceptable for any team. Um, Only because, and I don't want to say this, but like for every team, not this, just the Cavs, for my Celtics, for the Thunder, for the Nuggets, for whoever you want, even in the first round, Memphis, whoever. It's not really an excuse because it's very rare that you are going to have two completely healthy playoff teams going against each other. Injuries are just sadly a part of the game, and they're not going away. It's not, these people aren't robots. These players are human. They're going to get hurt. But I mean, Mitchell gave you 48 tonight. I thought he was good. He had some boneheaded fouls, I thought, in the second half that kind of he just shouldn't have committed. But Max Strus was great this game. He made 5 threes. He had a dunk in the third or fourth quarter. Jared Allen without Evan Mobley, 22 and 12. He got a lot of minutes, but Ty Jerome, man, 1 for 14. Yikes. Probably why they opted to go with like Sam Morril for a lot of this game and stuff like that. But um, this is bad. 2-0 Cavs. 2-0 is something you do not want to see unless you are the team up 2-0. And I mean, Indiana is one of those teams that they do not have a player of, they don't have a star. They don't have a Steph Curry. They don't have an Anthony Edwards. They don't have a Jason Tatum. They have Siakam and Halliburton, who are two all-star caliber players, because sometimes one of them makes the all-star game, the other doesn't, and then the year after it's flipped. And then they have one of the most well-rounded teams left in the playoffs. The Cavs have a decent team too. They don't have a they don't have a backup center, which leaves to like Dean Wade playing center when he's a wing. He's not even really a big front court player, but because they shouldn't be playing Tristan Thompson and not in 2025. And with Mobley out, Mobley and Allen would just back each other up most of the game. Maybe you would get a couple minutes of Dean Wade or even George Niang when he was on the team, but this team needs a backup center. Even if it doesn't have to be somebody that can play 25 minutes, but someone that can come in 15 minutes in the playoffs, maybe when you have an Evan Mobley injury, and just do something, like just be a center. You don't have to be a stretch five. You don't have to be a passing big. You just need somebody to hold down those minutes while you do have an injury like this. But I don't know. 121-19, lost both games at home. You're going to Indiana, and I mean, Indiana wins one of these next two games, it's probably over. So Cleveland needs to get their stuff together, and they need to win these next two games. So say whatever about the Knicks, the Wolves, the Thunder, or sorry, not the Knicks, the Celtics, the Wolves, and the Thunder. They're down 1-0 and they need to win game 2, but they haven't lost that game 2 yet. And will all those teams win game 2? Probably not. But you already lost. I don't know, man. That means Pacers have to win 2 of the next 5 games, and you have to win 4 of the next 5 games. And God forbid you go down 3-0. You don't get this first game in Indiana. Wrap it up. I mean, again, it sucks that Garland's not playing and Mobley's not playing, but you've had a whole season to figure this out. Every team has a season to figure this out, unless you are just one of those Iron Man players that you would never expect, or it's a complete freak accident. But these nagging injuries, like a sprained toe or a sprained whatever, they happen to everybody. They happen all the time. I mean, I don't know of a team so far that hasn't had injuries. I mean, the Warriors just Curry, and then they had Butler in the first round. The Timberwolves. I'd actually think they're one of the more healthy teams so far in the playoffs. The Nuggets. Michael Porter Jr. is hurt currently. Westbrook missed a game or two, I believe. OKC, I think they have been relatively healthy as well. Um, the Knicks as well. So I get, and then the Celtics. I mean, we didn't have Drew Holiday for 3 games. We lost Tatum for a game. Brown, they say, has a bruised knee. Whatever. Porzingis might be ill. Like at least half of these playoff teams are going through injuries right now. So, but they got to make it work. And I mean, the Cavs don't get an excuse. Now, granted, if you're losing Garland, Mitchell, Mobley, Allen, DeAndre Hunter. Like if you're missing literally like your 5 best, then whatever. You're missing your 3 best, so it's not too far away. But I don't know. This is where bench matters, and you got to be able to trust players on the bench. And when Ty Jerome is giving you 1 for 14 and was supposed to, and to some people was 6 man of the year, that's not great because then you got to result in like, I mean, Javante Green played 10 minutes in this game. I mean, but that's where you got a result to like Sam Morril, 26 minutes. He played pretty good, 14 points, 50% shooting. Max Strus was good. I mean, Isaac Okoro, 30 minutes. It just when your top players are hurt and you're not getting production from some of the guys you expect, that's not great. That's like it when like I'm gonna use my team for example because obviously I know the most about them, but that's like if Drew and Derek White went down, then Peyton Pritchard would have to start probably with Sam Hauser. And if Peyton Pritchard gave me a donut in 28 minutes, that's unexcusable too because both my top 2 guards are out and you are pretty much our only other rotational guard that matters for the Celtics as of right now. And you can't, and if you're not getting production from him, then that's when you have to resort to like Torrey Craig playing minutes or a rookie Baylor Shireman. Like I, the Cavs, I would be scared, man. The Pacers are no joke. They were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Again, people say what they want about the East being weak or not. The Pacers are a good team, whether you like it or not. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals for a reason. There's a reason they're up 2-0 in the series, and all that Tyrese Halliburton overrated is it's unlocking something in him. But I mean, it's been a very intriguing start to the playoffs. Hopefully my team can pick it up as tonight we play at 7. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say both these teams, Celtics and Thunder, tie the series 1-1 tonight. Um, Again, the Celtics is also me hoping because they're my team, but I mean the Celtics, they're good. They can steal one, even though that we've been better on the road than home this season, which again always confuses me. And then the Thunder will put it together, man. I mean the Thunder they were almost 70-win team. They're not going to go out sad in the second round, but they might not go out sad at all. But intriguing second round. We're gonna keep talking about it as the series go on, and other things around the playoffs. But if there's anything else you want me to talk about, anything else you want me to mention, then let me know. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back soon.